Flying flags with colors representative. They tried to hypnotize my brothers with a picket fence. It's hard to sit on, even harder to hop. Pinned in a state of emergency, we can't call on the ops, so all we got is each other. Rare fathers care about us, forefathers above us. Pour out of our mothers, tore down in the druthers. We're sore suckers among us, love us on our crutches, but hate to hear us disgusted. Like, how dare you carry animosity philosophies? You could get 3 hots and plus a cot to sleep, a pot to pee, but not no peace. You want equality, but please stay at the base of this isosceles. We got the keys, but they don't got no musicality, nor a grip on reality. Just a wicked mentality and a penchant for casualty. Everything about the devil's mouth, exactly fallacy. The time is right for gamma rays to knock them out the galaxy. A lightning strike is like a Mike and Ike in terms that's relative. My relative's more powerful and might just snipe for skeletons. A right to hype embellishment when calling for our justice. It needs to look like Star Trek transporters on these busters. Beam them out to Mars, they wanna go, they like to colonize. Or teleport they asses out to gases they can't monetize. The irony, the folly, they were jealous of our condom size. Now they got no babies, ain't got no one to adopt their lives. We generate innovation, not imitation. Ancestor veneration for enemy ventilation. Freedom is a sensation, needed enough foundation. We can't be in no race with the CD seekers of wasting. CDC don't see cognitive dissonance as a virus, but lo and behold, that shit is the reason the world's on fire. Firing squad is lined up from way outside our system to zap all the culture skeeters with gammas and strike them missing. Mic check, 1, 2, 1, That's better. All right. We're about to get started tonight, y'all. Here we go. All right. So, let's see. How's my camera? How's my camera? It's been better. Let me see. It's been better. I think maybe I need a little bit more. I don't know. A little bit more. Need a little less war. Need to be a little less bored. Hey, ME4. Trying to do the best thing I could do. So let me see. Oh, is it the shirt? Is it? Let me see. Let me see. Get the camera. Okay, come on, camera. You got it? You got it? All right, let's try this. Let's try this. Do. Try this. Hold up. Okay, hold up. Listen, folks, we just getting started, okay? Sometimes it takes a little time to start up. When you want to start up, try to start up. Unless you got Stardust. Unless you don't bar us. Let me bar you to death. Why you even on my breath? Why you even on my hell? Why you even on my Steph? Curry, shot from the 3. Let me just go wide open and splash for infinity. How we do, how we see, what y'all knew, what y'all be. Win the round, and I wanna hit you with the. I'm all right. Here we go, y'all. We getting started. No, I ain't the best rapper. I ain't even trying to be. Freestyling on live stream, that's crazy to me. Not that many people do it. Then again, not that many the truest. If I can make it in 2 different lanes at the same time, I'll be doing it. Y'all missing out, man. But it's good. We gonna let this rock. And also, this is a clip out for show. This whole thing, I'm putting this on YouTube. We're gonna have a good day today. I'm gonna have a good day today, and you're gonna watch me. Now, you see I'm kind of slightly in the ether, right? Kind of half snapped. What's going on, man? And do I backtrack? Do I figure out what's whack about my lighting setup? I don't even know, dog. I'm kind of fed up. I just want this game to be done. I just want to do my thing and run. I just want to hit my gun shot that's on point with the bullet through the air. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to be a player. Like, oh, see, listen. Let me tell you something. This is a clip out for sure. You don't get a freestyle from me. This is the freestyle me, okay? So I'm up in my freestyle game, all right? But I done freestyled this whole game, though. Do you know what I'm saying, though? Am I still going? Am I still rapping? I don't know. These some beats, though, right? These some beats. Shout out to Don Camillo. Don Camillo has some beats that I had purchased. Little pack. This was kind of cool. Made me want to rap. You know what I'm saying? In the mood. Do my thing. On the tubes. All right. So what are we here for? What am I here for, right? All right, hold on 1 second. Let me see if I can get this camera straight. Maybe I need to slide over a little bit this way, be sending to the thing. No? Okay, so it's got to be the green. And I ain't even try to rhyme that neither. But it came out of that speaker. I'm talking about this speaker right here. You know what I'm saying? The one that's speaking. Anyway, in your ear, you know what I mean? All right. What's good, everybody? Happy Sunday. I'm trying to get this camera right. Let me see if I can maybe, I don't know if it's a brighten up thing. Let me see if because like sometimes it just kind of come through like that, bow. And then other times, if I just like move in just the wrong way, it seems like it kind of snaps me out. or Thanos. There we go. Oh no, I'm getting snapped. It is what it is. Hopefully y'all can just rock with me for today. I'm really just I'm here to have a good time with my brand. You know what I'm saying? Like, I made Fresh Dope Games because I wanted to rap, but I wanted to make video games too. And I'm trying to figure out a way to do both at the same time. And it's really hard, but I can rhyme. So I'm gonna keep going. And if it just comes up, then I'm gonna keep flowing, you know what I'm saying? But I'm still doing these coding languages things, you know what I'm saying? Like, you'll see, watch. You'll see. So I'm teaching y'all, hopefully y'all are understanding that this is like an education and a lot of things at the same time. I mean, life lessons, dog. And you know, everybody got their own journey and their own path and stuff like that. And I don't want to get too much into it, but I do feel like I definitely have a specific set of skills on some Liam Neeson stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I kind of feel like I just need to just put it all together some kind of way. You know what I mean? And putting it together is harder than doing the one thing. You know what I mean? Like, if you do your one thing and you just ball out on that one thing forever, and that's your skill set that you just every day you refine, and that's just the one thing that you do. If you are an amazing person like that, hats off to you. For real, because I think it's been hard for me to just focus on one thing. I wanted to do so many different things, and I know people like that too. I'm not the only one that's like that, right? So it's rappers that don't want to make beats. And I'm not a rapper that doesn't want to make beats. I just know that I'm also trying to make a game. And I know that making beats can be like making a game, actually. And if you go back and when you look through the history of beat makers, you can see that they have this affinity for technology, right? Whatever it is, the keyboard, the beat machine, the boards, mixing, you know what I'm saying? Like, all of that is technology, right? So it's rappers that aren't into technology. They just want to bar out, and that's fine. And there's nothing wrong with that. You know, all they need is, hey, put the stuff around me that I need. You know what I'm saying? Give me the mic, tell me how to use it, boom, boom, boom. And I'll take it from there. You know what I mean? That's what a rapper is. And I could be that person too. But it's a draw to a specific kind of technology, in this case for me, right? Obviously, it's the technology. Basically, put it like this. If I never found video games at all, I'll probably be a producer, because I just like pushing on buttons. I just like pushing on buttons. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a really, really good typer. I hope y'all have ever seen this on the stream. And I know I ain't even got into the stream yet, but like, you know, we just having fun today. And it's coming out of me that way. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't even really trying. So I might as well just keep going. And I'm not going to say I'm going to keep rhyming. No, I'm just saying that this content is unique, and I want it to be unique. I don't want to be like everybody else. You know what I'm saying? And it's dirty and it's like low budget and all this other stuff, but this is what it takes, because people can't see what you see if you were a visionary. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're born a visionary, and I really claim this because I know that I have a lot of opinions that I've seen people come up with later. But it seems like, you know, when you're an innovator by nature, like, I'm an innovator by profession. I want y'all to understand that, first of all, by profession. So it doesn't even matter if I was a rapper or if I was a producer or a game developer or maybe some kind of AI engineer or something. It wouldn't even matter, because I would do something in there in that space, because I feel like we got to go past where we're at right now, you know? We got to go past where we're at. And, you know, again, the tech is kind of low budget and all that kind of stuff. I'm working on it. I should do better. I know. I get this. I probably need to have another lamp over here somewhere, because I have this big, look, hold on. Let me show y'all my setup real quick. You see that? You see that light right there? You see that light right there? I thought, my dumb self apparently thought that that was all it was gonna take. If I put it right in front of me behind the monitors, I'd be straight. And to a degree, it has worked in the past, but I think I don't know if I'm like, I did change where my mic was. So my mic used to be over here, right? My mic used to be like right here, and so now I shifted the camera and the mic is now over here. So because the mic is over here, and again, this is me being like a tech geek, I guess, right? Over analytical and the things that people have called me. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? When you move the thing, you got to kind of shift the whole. In my background, I feel like, I don't know. It is what it is. It is what it is. But what I will say is this. All right, I'm going to look at what I'm working on today as I switch the game or the screen to this. And of course, ask me anything, of course, right? So this camera's better anyway, so I probably need to just stay. Actually, this is brighter. Hold on. See, I was doing better earlier because I had this camera set up already the way I wanted it. But then again, is it set up the way I wanted? It's kind of harsh lighting right here. Let me see. If I just blare it all the way up to 100, then I'll get this. But I don't know if I like that. Hold on. Let me see if I can change a little bit. Let me see. Wait, hold up. Is this one better? This one is better. Oh. But then, hold on. Look all to the rest of them. I kind of like this one. It's a bop. But let me see. Let me keep going. Obviously not that one. Trying to, I would mess with this one right here. Awesome. You know what? Let's try it. Why not? Let's be black and white today. Man, I heard the track with Kendrick. What's up, Jordan B Music? Peace, bro. I have not heard that. But I have like I said, that Kendrick joint. Somebody made sure I found out about it, right? They alley-ooping me the tea, as they say. But yeah, I checked it out. It's a lot of interesting reactions. I think the reactions to me are more. First of all, it's because we don't really hear from Kendrick a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, he puts out his albums, but for whatever reason, I don't know. Maybe. And I'm not even going to say we don't hear from him. I'm going to say people want more from him. That's what it is, right? His time between albums, we kind of want like a maybe once a year drop, I think, maybe from Kendrick. And I think he's getting to that point, possibly. I don't know. Because he definitely, has some time to kind of like heal, work on his philosophy, and things like that. Not saying that I felt like he needed any of that badly. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all need it to some degree. But you say he took their shine. Well, I feel like he put it out long enough after First Person Shooter to let it breathe. That's what I think personally. I feel like, yeah, like let somebody put something out, let it breathe, and then you can respond whenever you want, and it counts for the last thing that was, you know what I'm saying? Well, and Cole. Yeah. No, he's still great. Absolutely. He's Kendrick is absolutely. And I don't even want to group them because like my whole thing that I like to talk about with people is like you can't just like make it seem like it's got to only be one at the top. This whole top thing, you know what I'm saying? Like when they used to do I don't know if they still do them, but when the XXL freshman covers was out, right? Do they still do them? I don't know if anybody cares about these things because I feel like Gen Z doesn't read magazines. So I don't know if like Source XXL, big things in the millennial generation, I don't know if they really matter as much. Or if there's maybe a digital version that like people are putting more energy into right now. And if not, I feel like Double XL might be, I don't know. It's almost like, I got ideas, right? I got ideas. There's editorial hip hop journalism that we could always use. And I really do like, it's a lot of people who have a lot of opinions right now. You know what I'm saying? But I want this. Okay, so this is why I say I got a lot of ideas. I want somebody to do something for me, right? I'm looking, maybe, I don't want to say that. I'm just in the world, like put it out in the world for me. I don't care. It ain't got to be like for me as a Fresh Dope Games business owner and come do it at Fresh Dope Games. I'm not saying that. It could be that. But what I think is we need the new era of, I don't know, like, I guess Complex is trying to carry it right now. I don't know if Complex is for us. You know what I'm saying? I think Complex is for everybody. So you said you're talking about Metro. He took Metro and Future sign off the album because they only heard that track. Yeah, I mean, look, he did, right? But that's how listen, everybody got to have an entry road. Everybody has to have entry road. It would have been Future is dropping an album. It would have been Metro Boomin and Future are dropping an album. It would have been Metro Boomin's dropping an album. It could have been anything, and it still would have, done whatever numbers it's going to do. I just think that the entry point is significantly, more impactful to the culture, I guess. So yes, because of Kendrick, because his verse, because of his approach, because of his response, like, and for his challenge, I guess, too, because now we want to see, like, all right, if you really about that, Cole, what you got. And here is the crazy part. All right, here's the crazy part. I noticed, I peeped this. I looked at the video on YouTube on the Vivo, right? And at the end, they leave 8 bars. Did y'all notice that? They left 8 bars after the Future hook. They just left time, and then Future came back in. So I'm like, what? Who is that for? Why would it be left open? And my thing is, they left an 8-bar loop that could be turned into 16, 32. If you loop it, if you chop it up and loop it again. So like, it's so much possibility with that. It's so much possibility with that. And if I was in, look, I kind of feel like I can relate to Cole more than Kendrick, but I do feel like, I respect them both equally. Obviously, like I said, it's a top. It's not like a GOAT per se, or like, it's not like a competitive, there can be only one, It's we're on the plateau of the mountaintop. And there's whoever could make it up here is up here, and they up here forever. You know what I'm saying? So people like Mount Rushmore this, and like, who's the GOAT, who's at the top, who's number one, who's in number one in the country right now. And it's like, it's the Billboard charts that I think have gotten us to we got to be at a mountaintop peak. Like, it's got to be a peak and not a plateau, right? But then you got top 40, right? So they were like, all right, well, we'll cut off the top 40 and that'll be your plateau. And it's like, all right, but or Hot 100 or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So like, I don't know. I just feel like we have a different kind of authenticity around how we appreciate the music and the culture that comes from the music, and the music that comes from the culture. Like, I feel like, and this is turning into more of like a hip hop assessment than it is, and that can be what it is. I make the game, you know what I'm saying? I work on the game. That's the Cliff's notes of the whole thing is I work on the game on the stream, you know what I'm saying? And so like, if you've ever played the game, I work on the stream probably every Sunday if I can. Some Sundays I take it, off or whatever, because like, I'm an indie dude, you know what I mean? Like, come on. said, "Me too. I love them both, but I relate more to Cole. But he should take the 8-bar loop and respond like that." Now that's what I was saying to myself. I was like, "Yo, if he kills it in 8 bar, I feel like the reason that they gave it 8 bars and not 16 is because they were like, if you bad like that, if you like that, right? If you like that, you could do it at 8 bars." Like that's to me what I felt like was being said. And that's to me, that's the extra level of bars behind the whole thing, is that like, listen, Future's gonna put me on his track, and then he's gonna let me off into the air, and he's gonna give somebody else room to back just to see, is this what we doing? And if it's not, then I'm the last person that says something about it, and we don't hear from them again. And so that's like, they're not gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna do that. So, it's interesting. It's very interesting, and I guess I need to be more tapped in than I used to be. I used to be tapped in really, really heavy, and I would be having these type of conversations. But you know what I'm saying? Like, it's the erraticness of artists that makes it hard to stay consistently into the flow of the, I don't want to say industry, but like into the flow of the field of rap music. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta, as a rapper, you gotta be a purveyor of it, because you have to like you gotta be well-rounded. You gotta be a worldly kind of, rapper. You gotta be somebody who can look at what's going on and talk about it, or take you to a room where all that's going on is this one subject and we talk about it, right? And we talk saucy as mug, you know what I'm saying? We put all kind of extra flair and flavor on it. But like, it's different, man. I don't know. I love hip hop. And this is why I love hip hop, because hip hop can exist in so many different forms and like executions and renditions and technologies and everything, right? So like, I just feel like I'm a hip hop person. That's what I feel like as a professional. I'm a professional hip hopper. That's what I am. You know what I mean? But I feel like it's different because education is hip hop. Hip hop is education. You know what I mean? So that's the piece right there. More than anything else, hip hop is education. Like, that is the biggest metaphor. Because then that education can be used to educate on anything, right? Like, you can literally use hip hop to talk about anything. And then you can also use it to create visuals about anything. You know what I'm saying? It's a storytelling mechanism. Storytelling is the earliest form of culture, right? So anyway, let me get off my pedestal or my high horse or whatever it is that people be riding in on. Let me try to get this stream popping for real. I mean, not that I didn't already. Come on. I dropped freestyles on this, and I might still, but I'm pretty cool now at this point. I'm good. I was really feeling myself coming in. I just posted on TikTok a little bit, ago. I was looking, to just let people know where my rap style has been, since I don't be rapping, and I don't want to be coming on the stream talking about I'm a rapper, but I don't be rapping. So I just like had to make it happen, Anyway, what are we doing? So this, let me turn this down a little bit more, so it's background music instead of the track that I'm trying to freestyle on. So I've been working on a few things. I've been working on several things, actually. So I'm trying to update some art in the game. That's a big thing. I'm also, I'm not trying to take this art too seriously. I hope y'all obviously realize that. I'm sure you have by now, but I'm not trying to take this art too seriously. I'll work on it. I promise. I know better. I do know better. I'm trying to do better. But You know, turn that corner. It's not easy, right? That particular corner of art style, the kind of art style that I actually can foresee in my head, or that I not even foresee in my head, but like the quality that people would want out of a game like this in order for it to be as legit, like as legit as people want it to be, right? So like, for instance, I always look at 2K as kind of the leader in simulation games when it comes to things that the hip hop culture cares about, right? So 2K, and obviously Madden, but 2K more so, because like, so with Madden, you all know football players wear the pads and the helmets, right? So like, you can kind of get away with a little bit of not having your favorite player be completely 100% represented with their facial features in an NFL game. But then when it's basketball, no face guards, right? So the innovation on simulation from like a visual standpoint, Visual Concepts is the name of the company that makes it, right? The visual concepts that they used to make sure that their visuals were always good, right? It kind of like led people along, like, yo, EA, their NBA Live game, it just don't feel the same when it comes to like the way the characters look. It feels more like maybe an arcadey look and feel, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's just like one of those things where they've gotten better, but then they kind of plateaued, and I don't really want to like bring them down or nothing like that. But I don't think that 2K, what is this, 24, 20, where we at, 24, 25? I don't know which one is out right now. I think it's 2K24. Yeah, it should be. So, but like where they are with that one, I don't think I've heard. Matter of fact, let me like validate what I'm saying by looking it up real quick before I start like making a ass out of myself. Let's see what people give it. Oh my goodness. I typed in NBA 2K24, and on Google, it's not. Okay, so Metacritic gave it a 68%. That's plateau to me. And I think what makes a game that comes out every year a 9 or a 10 out of 10 or 5 out of 5 stars or whatever, 5 mics, if you will. What gives those games that kind of staying power at the top is that they are pushing the thing. If they just keep doing the same thing every year, after a certain point, that 90 becomes a 70 and then a 65, and then they have to now fire people, hire new people, get a reinvigorated to, you know, innovate on some new tech and do some new things. And all that. It happens every cycle. It's been what, 3-4 different console cycles at this point. It was started on Dreamcast, and then it was like Xbox and PlayStation 2. So Dreamcast was one generation. I don't think that Xbox and PlayStation 2 were on the same generation as Dreamcast. I feel like Dreamcast was on the Nintendo 64 generation. Man, I don't know. I could look it up too, but I'm gonna just go off the top of my head with this one because this ain't a diss to nobody. But it wasn't a diss before neither. But the point I was trying to make, I was trying to just say that like they plateaued a little bit, and people see it. You know, like we don't want more like things to buy in the games. We don't. And that's part of the reason why I haven't made my games so like gotta buy stuff heavy, you know? I'm really trying to make it just a playable game. And, you know, I should be satisfied with what I got, honestly. If I never updated it again, which I will, I'm gonna update it this month, y'all. But if I never updated it again, it's got about a 3.9 or a 4. So I can be satisfied with 4 out of 5 stars, for real, as a game developer. But I really need to, I guess,
I'm trying to put in the amount of man hours that it would take. And when you think about games that have a high level and you think about all the people on the credits of those games, multiply how many hours each one of those people worked by how many people, or add up all the hours that each one of those people worked, you know what I'm saying, together, and look at the sum of hours that was put together, right? And I'm nowhere near. I'm as far as having worked for like 3 or 4 people's jobs, probably, I guess you could say, right? Like for the time that I've been working on this, I've been doing 3 and 4 people's jobs at one time, right? So it would take maybe 8 to 10 people's jobs to really make the game I'm trying to make. And I live in LA. So, you know what I'm saying? Leave it at that. Keep it pushing. Let's go over to the actual thing and see what we're doing. So, quests, those work. Oh, here's one of the things I did. I made this little thingy-mabob that updates the what you call it. Thingy-mabobs and what you call it, y'all. I updated there used to be a box, but it was intended to originally be a crate. And it's sitting up here with like records in it as if it were a milk crate, right? So I decided to take that concept and zoom in a little bit, and instead of having a crate in a box, a record in a crate, I decided to have I guess you would say a vinyl in a sleeve. Yeah, I'm trying to be very like with the words, you know what I'm saying? Vinyl in a sleeve, because I might be able to use this or something, going from a record in a crate to a vinyl in a sleeve, you know what I'm saying? Going from a record in the crate to a vinyl in a sleeve. You see the difference? You say going from a record in the crate to a vinyl in a sleeve. Talking about the same thing, different degrees. All right. So that's how it comes together, by the way, right? So yeah, I decided to do a vinyl in a sleeve. And again, like I said, I'm not taking these graphics too seriously at the moment. Everything can be upgraded. Y'all saw what the characters used to look like. Come on now. Y'all saw what the characters used to look like. My man. They left a lot to be desired. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. It is what it is. I have a way that I'm wanting to show up first, and then the one that people think I should be doing is the one I want to do. You guys have to understand that. Like, the one y'all think I want to do is the one I've been wanting to do from the beginning. But, you know what I'm saying? All right. So here we go. On the home page, I go to the garage. Is there anything new there? No, but I might be putting some more vehicles in this piece. I actually will be. For sure I will be. I got some new vehicles to purchase coming up soon. I don't have it yet because I gotta like, what do you call it? Mask out the images. Because there's, raster images that get generated by AI. You can hate me if you want, but I'm just trying to stay fly. Because I could crash, and I don't want to do that. Because that'd be my last, and I ain't got nothing after that. I don't want to have to go back to India. Nah. You know what I'm saying? Dog, I'm not playing. I just want to be relaying this information. Oh man, I'm on one today. Yo, this whole thing is going up on YouTube. Oh boy, I feel good today. Clearly, right? So let me see. What else did I do? This is what I'm gonna work on the stream, and for what time is it now? 3:40. So from 3:40, probably gonna get off the stream about let's call it 5:30, maybe. Get off the stream about 5:30 Pacific time, right? So this is what I'm planning on doing. What I'm planning on doing is going over here, bloop, and looking at my global functions. I'm in here right now. I have this working on weekly results overlay because right now, once the end of the week hits, it just says end of the week. Great. Keep pushing. And I like, I did something. It was a placeholder. Let's be real, right? Like, it was a placeholder. So I know people want finished games. But I'm telling you right now, this game would probably never see the light of day if I had not put it out to begin with. Like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all still wouldn't, I wouldn't be streaming right now. Y'all wouldn't know about this. You know what I mean? So like, yeah, things can be version 2'd out and version 3'd out. And it's important that that's how tech companies do it, right? So we have to like I think we give tech more grace than we give game devs. I don't know. Because they're meant to entertain specifically. And it's like, if you're not entertained, then you shall go elsewhere, you know? And it is what it is, but we're gonna keep going. Shout out to any lurkers that might be out there watching this from a distance. Let me see. I see a bunch of users that come in the chat. Obviously, Jordan Boy 34 is the main guy that's here right now. I wish I could say what's up to everybody else, but I can't be 100% sure that they actual people and not bots because they be having double O's at the beginning of their names and stuff. So, you know, like 00 underscore, you know, and so I feel like if you there, knock, open up. You know what I'm saying? Say what's up. Anybody that has shown up, but there have been some people that kind of cycled in the cycle that I saw it too. I peeped it. All right, so let's keep it pushing. I'm just over here looking at the chat, like literally, right? It's right there. So working on results overlay. So I wanted to make sure that I actually have like a variable for each one of these, right? So I had to go up here at the very, very top. I had to create the variables. These, let me see, it don't. Weekly verses, weekly songs, weekly ciphers, weekly performances, weekly plays, weekly sales, weekly fans, and weekly money, and then weekly level. So I think, yeah, at some point, and this is probably going to end up going to the stats page. Yeah. So what I'm going to do, I have let me see where I put it. Did I put it? I made a, you might see it over here. It's called Weekly Rapper Data. So basically, I have, is it 52? 52? No, it's gotta have a height to it as well, obviously. So it's gotta be, Weekly Rapper Data is, I have how many things? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I got 9 things. So I got to make this over here 9. Because what that's going to do is it gives me 468 elements that I can fill up, right? Now, why 52? Because there's 52 weeks in the game in a year. There's 52 weeks in a year. I'm trying to figure out how I want the data to show up. Because, yeah, it's different ways to do this. I think I'm actually just going to have one here, and then I'm going to add a row every time. That's what I'm going to do. So instead of it being 52 and 9, I really thought that differently than it should be. It should be 9 high and 1 wide. And what that'll give me, if I'm not mistaken, or actually maybe it's 9 and then 9 width, 9 wide and 1 high. But either way, if I go here and then I like run the game, I can actually show, boop, I can show, where is it at? The array itself. So it's called Rapper, what's it called? Weekly Rapper Data. Okay, Weekly Rapper Data, right? So right now it says 52, and that may be because I think I had it already set. But what if I go? Oh, I just have to change it here. Okay, my bad. So 9, what did I say? 9 wide? This is what I want. So you see this right here? I wanted a table where data x equals 0, because that's what this is. It's 9 wide, which means there's an x-axis that's wide, and then there's a y-axis that's tall or high, right? So when they say width by height by depth would be like if I had a whole table that was x and y axis, and I had another table that was x and y axis behind it, and had another table that was x and y axis behind that. That'd be a 3D axis, right? And so they use the z axis in this case, but they call it depth, right? And so there's width, which is x-axis, height, which is y-axis, and depth, which is z-axis. So I want it to be 9 wide. Why? Because in order for me to test this out, right, I have to make sure that there are, how can I say this? It's different ways to make tables is what I'm trying to say. Like, I could have made it so that, like, I had it 52 something and then some other stuff, but that would have only been if I wanted to have like one thing that I was tracking, and it would just have 52 slots for me to fill in along the way. But I really want 9 categories of things that I can add another record to later by adding a row, right? So Y would be the row. And it's, for whatever reason, it's easier to add a row than it is a column in data types and stuff. So that's the way we're going to do it. We're going to have the x-axis be the categories, the columns, and then we're going to have the y-axis. I'm sorry. Yes. Okay, so x-axis meaning at 0, if you're in a spreadsheet, right? At 0 in the column A, if you will, they have one category of things and then another category of things in column B, and so on and so forth. I'm saying this for people who aren't really spreadsheet gurus, right? So anyway, when you're doing that, you're kind of arranging the data in different columns of information so that you can look all the way down it and then do like you can do this way as well, but it's easier for some people to look down a column in a spreadsheet than it is to look across a row in a spreadsheet. So, it is what it is. But I think a lot of times when we think about how a spreadsheet can be built or how data can be arranged, I'm thinking of time moves from left to right, to me, in my mind, right? So I would like to look at columns of week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5, so on and so forth. But that's kind of not how it works. But the way that it's represented here, though, is as though if I added another row, there would be like a split right here down the line, and then you would have another column of 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, right? But what's actually going to happen, and that's kind of what happens, but it's they use commas. And because they use commas, if it's like a string and then another comma, another string, like text, like words, right? Or even numbers, like they get all bunched together when you're looking at it in here, because this is just the way that they decided to display this. They could have figured out a different way to display this data in the the inspector, right? But I mean, yeah, this is another reason why it would be cool if somebody in the Black community maybe, or somebody in the hip hop community maybe, made a game engine. So maybe that's what I need to do. I don't know, but that's another thing that I would have to do on top of all the other things that I have to do. So I'm not trying to necessarily do that. I can say it out loud, and if somebody wants to catch it and run with it and go to the house, you know what I'm saying? Take it to the house. But anyway, what we doing? So I was showing you how the debugger works. So what's going to happen is at the end of a week, what I have scheduled over here at the end of the week, said at the end of the week, right here, you get the weekly results overlay. So verses written, songs made, street ciphers, venue performances, published song plays, record sales, fans gained, money made. Those are the 9 categories. And so I just want to give y'all a snapshot of like what y'all did in the course of a week, because time passes and it don't really seem like it matters, right? aside from the day-night cycles in the work screen or something like that. So I'm trying to make the game a lot more data heavy so that people can actually start to understand like how their career is coming along. Something I always wanted to do, but I don't know. I guess I needed to know how to build arrays a little bit better. So I had to kind of like spin the block a few times with this game in order to understand like certain principles that maybe I could have learned in school if I went to school for video games, but I didn't. Yeah. I tried to, but I didn't. Let's see here. So we have this section right here, which if I start the function weekly results, what's going to happen in this part is I actually just bring up the little background that pulls up at any point when you click, let's say something like this over here. If I was to click, let me see, what could I click that would bring it up? Like if I click this, boom, like that right there, right? So as an example, or if I go to work screen and I go set, no, not set, if I go boost, like this right here, right? So something like this should pop up at the end of every week, and it would have like some information over here, some data over here, and you know, maybe like where you were before, where you are now, type stuff. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. So the idea though is, I want it to be like a overlay that shows up on any screen. So this overlay only shows up on this screen. I can't access it from any other screen, right? This one I can access from any screen because I can access this button from this screen. But I want this to be a time-based thing that you don't have to click a button to get, right? So I want that to, when you get the end of the week, wherever you are in the game, as time is passing and you go from hour 24 to hour 0 or whatever, right? Hour 24 to hour 1 next day. It's something where it's like, you know, there has to be a time trigger or a when that thing happens, I then do these things, right? So I'm going to show you how I do that. First of all, it's not that, I mean, all of this stuff right here is what I'm doing, right? But I got to show you also how I trigger that. So I got to go and find out where, so I say end of 24 hours, end of 7th day. So by the end of the week, what I'm doing, what I hope to do is, well, what I'm currently doing is, let me see, how far down does it go? So I'm currently doing this down to here. So what am I doing? If the layer tutorial is empty, meaning that I'm not, you know what? Yeah. If for whatever reason you don't even get to like a page, you know what I'm saying? You don't get to it because it's gonna be such a fanfare heavy thing that, you know, it'll be kind of tough to ignore that if you're going through the tutorial and this thing pops up in the background, you know what I'm saying? So I have to say, if there's no tutorial running at the moment, basically is what that is. Then call weekly results. I was looking at weekly results earlier. So there's a thing here that says go to function. So I can click that and I can come down here and say, okay, this is exactly, I wasn't that far away actually. It's right here. But yeah, so it's this thing, right? So I was here and I was looking at what happens. So first thing happens is the little shade comes on the screen. You hit the, you play the hit thing. Okay, let's see here. What else? Do I need to turn down my mic? Or am I turn up my mic or turn down my music? Let me know if the sound is a little wonky. I ain't got no drop frames though, I'll tell you that. And I'm on 55 minutes, so I'm good. Feeling great. You know, when you're in your element, the universe creates a bubble of things working out in your favor for you. Because it'd be other times when I'd be like, why don't these things work in my favor the times that I need them to work in my favor? But I guess whenever they work in my favor, I needed it. You know? A little bit of help, a little bit of encouragement, maybe from the ancestors or something. The energy that's out there, if you want to call it God, if you want to call it, you know, fate. everybody got their own way of looking at it. I know some people don't like that, but at least we can all agree that there's something beyond us. There's got to be. And if there's not, then I can see where there's all the fuss with people who want to just blow up things because they don't think there's anything after this, but that's because they have to think that way. Because if they thought there was something after this, they know they going to hell. Let's keep it 100. They have to believe that this is it. This is all there is. And it will cease to exist if we die. That's what those people think. But I ain't going to say who those people are. It's really a lot of different kinds of people. It's where your heart is at. It ain't got nothing to do with groups. It's got to do with where your heart is at. So there's that. So what happens is after I create the background and this thing slides up, I disable the starburst behind it, even though maybe I should not disable. I don't know. I'm not sure yet. I think about it. If I do decide that I want, actually, you know what? I do want it. And then, I guess, I want to say that I don't even have to do anything here. I want to say that. And I think, yeah, because then this gets created, this, and then this, and then, I feel like one other thing gets created, but it's definitely these two things as well. Because I'll show you how it works. If I go over to the, where would it be? Gotta scroll up here. Gotta go to global. Let me see. Sprites. Yeah, here we go. Boom. Where are we at here? So one of these, let me see. Here we go. Right here. This one. This is mini G score SF. So whenever I've ever looked up this one specifically, this is the one it looks like in my little like sprite sheet that I use, right? Which everything ain't even on the page. Some stuff is kind of falling off, and I don't really have a great organizational style about any of this. But whatever. So I have this where it's got this in the thing, but I also realized that I started putting little stars behind stuff, and I gotta remember where I got those from because where would it be? Work Mini G, maybe. Let's see. Yeah, it's these little things right here. So I'm gonna go to the Work Mini G events. Let me see. I gotta re-authenticate myself every 2 hours or so through Google or whatever it is. But and that's why, because you'll see down, well, you can't really see it, but down where it says ask me anything, right behind that, you got this autosave that's happening. Let's see if I can put my mouse over there. Down here. So, yeah, in order to continue to save into the cloud, because if I don't remember to save, then that is my saving grace, if you will. All right. So what's happening here is I'm going to the minigame events thing. I'm coming all the way down to the, it's like wherever I bring out the, wherever I bring out the tally, I think it's called. Tally, where the tally at? Work score tallying. So I do all of this. I say create object blank and star particles move in front of that. Okay, what else do I do? That's it. Looks like it. Copy that. Take it back over to global functions and put it here, I guess. Let me see. I don't think I even need this. I don't think I even need that. Oh, maybe I do. Let me see. Oops. Let me just go look at how I do it in the work minigame thing. Set scale to 1.5, it says here. And then do this. And what else? And then do this. So let me just go ahead and make sure I do all of those things. Where's my I don't know. Yeah, that's probably good enough. Probably good enough. So where was I? I was just off screen doing some other stuff, trying to check on something. I need to paste. So I definitely don't need that one. And I don't think I actually have to go back. I don't have to create it at all. I just have to move the thing behind the thing. So let's go back up to global functions. Make sure that's sitting in there like that. No discussions. No worries. Center of the layout. Then just let it play out. Star particles and stuff. Moving in front of the starbursts. And so by creating that, I might have to, before I set position. Create. Oh, basically this and this. Okay, so I think I could just maybe take this and put this like this. Just because at some point I'm gonna actually change the at some point I'm gonna change the, what do you call it? Resolution of the game. That's the word I was looking for. Resolution. At some point. Right now, the resolution of the game is 1920 by 1080 or 1080 by 1920. So it's 9 by 16 portrait mode. That's the current viewport of the game. Probably need to make it bigger. But I'm not doing that on this stream. Oh boy, that'll mess my whole game up. But this is why I'm actually changing this up right here. And I probably just go ahead and take this and put this one over here too while I'm at it. This one right here. Because and there's probably some other ones that I probably need to put them behind. So let's just double check on what we got here. We got media minigame. Oops, that's not what I wanted to go to. I wanted to go to media minigame events. And let's see what hold up, let me close this up because I don't want to have to keep scrolling. Close that up. I'm tallying. Yep. Paste that there. And maybe paste this here. Yep. And where else? Ain't nowhere else to paste nothing else here. So I go over here and I look for another mini game event. I had one open. Haven't saved it yet. Let me just save real quick while I'm looking at this list. Media minigame. Studio Right. Oh yeah, that's what it's called. Studio Right. Okay. Studio Right. And go to the tallying. Close this gameplay. Oh my gosh. Score tallying deactivated. What? There's a group called Score. It's inside a game. Oh my gosh. I shouldn't have done that, but it's okay. Where did I put it? Tally right score. I kind of feel like it should be pulled out of there, but I don't know if I pull it out if it's going to break something. I don't think it will. Let me see. I can probably pull this out. I think I'll be safe doing so. Cannot drag events here. Verse num is not a system expression. Oh, so what? Well, I got verse num up here somewhere. Where's verse num? Verse num. Oh, well, yeah, and see, I gotta trust myself because that's the reason why this is in here. Because I established a local variable that only the right mini game, like tally thing that comes up, the result screen is going to need to know it. So I definitely need to just keep that like that there. All right, so where do I do this at? I do it right here, and I put this at here, and I need to paste that there. What else do I have here? I think that's it. Let me see. So what other mini games do I have? I did the work mini game events for work score tallying. Is there a freestyle tallying one that's different, or is that one? This must be gameplay right here. I'm gonna start collapsing this stuff. Yeah. All right, cool. So come back down, and so I put this together regardless of whether I'm in the Street Cipher or not. So that's good. And then it has a little function that I call it one of these down here, and then I can look all the way down in it. But I'm not gonna do that right now because it's gonna almost give me anxiety. Basically 111 lines of code live inside of this right here. And that's like that's not even lines of code, that's like actions. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. That's not even actions, that's events. So an event might have 20 lines of code in it. I have 111 events. Bro, I didn't even think about that like that for real. Look at this. This is an event. 381, 382 is down here. This is a different event. But each of these events have, let's count them out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16 different actions between just 2 events. So if I'm saying that each event has like about 8, then that means that if you multiply, there's like 888 lines of code just under this. Just under this, which is a sub-event underneath. Okay, now I realize how I be going a little too hard. I be going a little too hard. All right, I get it now. I get it. I think maybe I had the light bulb just went off. I said, because look, let me show you something. Oh man, where is the thing at? Okay, if I scroll up here and I go to, because we gotta look at how many actions, because that's the lines of code, right? So let's go here to tools and then view project statistics. And it's this thing that comes up, right? So I said something like 11,000 lines of code or something like that. I think maybe. It's 20,034 lines. 20,034 lines of actions, right? So it's only 6,152 number of events. But I think there was a time that number that's 20,000 now might have been 11,000 actions. But that means that I've put in 9,000 more actions since I really got this game back off the ground and put out version 2.4. I don't know what it was at before, but when I got to version 2.0, I think I had like 11,000 something. Now I'm at this is version 2.5 that I'm coming out with, and it's got 9,000 more lines of code, right? So somewhere I got to probably promote that. This is important, y'all. 20,000 lines of code for this game. And to be fair, just like every developer, you copy paste a little bit here and there, you know what I'm saying? As things are needed, which is what I've been doing. I've just been showing y'all some copy paste stuff. I got that Control C, Control V down. All right. Let me see. What else am I doing? So I'm done with the mini games because there's only 3 different types of mini games. There's the work. Actually, no, that's wrong. Studio. I need the studio. I need the studio. The studio. I need the studio. I need the studio. The studio. Studio. So I just did the right events. Now I need the booth events. Now I want a truth event. If I hit this touch button and it sees, how many is this? 51 to 87. That's 36 actions. But that's way more than that. Because I mean, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. That's just this part. I don't want to. I'm not trying to brag though. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying like it's a lot. I got so many of these for each Okay, so this is gonna change too. I'm definitely gonna change that. I just put some data in, right? Where's it at? I put something in. Oh, so I'm working on, I haven't put it in yet, but basically I'm working on, how can I show y'all this? I'm working on a words database, okay? I think this is something I wanted to show y'all. Okay, yeah. Let's go to, can I go to screen 2? All right. Let's take a look at what we got. Track titles. Okay. We got album titles. Let me see something real quick. There we go. Hopefully that did that. Will it? There it goes. All right. So, album titles, which are basically the same thing as track titles. You know what I'm saying? Oh boy, this green is really. It's like, is it my shirt? I don't know. Whatever. I ain't tripping. Look, see, this is not anywhere close to green, but gray is green, I guess. Green is gray. Gray is green. Rapper names, which, you know, you don't always have to have a first name. So the first little cell up here is empty, and then all the rest of these names, right? But then I probably have to come up with some more of these, because I have, 78 different, or 77 different like rapper names, rapper last names. That's what I meant to say, right? 77 different rapper last names, 40 rapper first names. And I could always add some more, you know what I'm saying? But as it stands right now, I'll probably start putting some more emojis in there. What else I got? Then I got what I showed y'all, I think last week, with the rhymes. So let me go back to the other thing here. Show y'all what I'm talking about. Rhymes database. Remember this? So we have hold on. We got A, E, I, O, and U vowel sounds, or vowel rhyme words, right? So as you can see on this one, we have 8 different columns, right? Each of those columns represents the number of syllables. So 4 of these columns represents the number of syllables for the short A sound, ah, and 4 of these columns represent the 4 different syllable word, things that you can have for the A vowel sound. So basically, I can say cat, hat, bat, rat, fat, spat, splat, flat, mat, plat, brat, at, vat, dat, nat, and chat. I can say those. Not say them, not with your voice. No, I'm saying that if I'm using the game to put down which words I'm gonna use, right? Because that's what's gonna eventually come into the game. So am I putting that in it for this release? I don't know. It depends on if I get the whole table done. But as you can see right here, I don't have the whole table done. So I have some more than this. Let me go ahead and put some stuff in, because I haven't been putting anything in. Let me see. We got E. Okay, I can put this in here, and I could put, this is one I've been working on, y'all. I gotta sit and think though, sometimes. I gotta be a rapper for a minute, which is a whole switch, y'all. What else we got? We got these. These ain't done, but I'll put these right here. Climb, rewind. I got 2-syllable U's. Let me see. 2-syllable U's. Yeah, I got those in already. Okay. So I'm still working on this sheet. I'm about halfway through it, about halfway through it. But you see what I actually have over here, right? It's just, so, where am I at here? Whoops. And how many more whoopses? Can I get, let me see. 3 more whoopses. There you go. All right. All right, where are we at, y'all? We're at 1 hour and 16. I have things to do after today. So after this stream. So let's make sure that we get enough work in on this. So I put a little bit of, let me see, where was I at here? I put a little bit of the ease in. I only have a few more left. Let me see if I can try to maybe do this on the stream. Because I know sometimes it gets a little boring for me to go over like the minutia of making a game. Because everybody not here for that. I mean, I don't know if people are here for that or not. I know people live saying, oh, it's interesting, to just see what you have to say, but also like, how you going about it. So let me show you. I'm going to come up. This is the process that I'm going through, right? So right now I have see the kid, beaver did, sleeping in, deeper than, keep a pen, beats again, greedy men, speak to friends, reach an end, sleeping in, demon is, breathing in, weak event, teeter in, leadership, read a bit, right? So what I have right here is started beefing, far from decent. Then I got to think some more, right? Bargain beaten. Start the weekend. Chart the sequence. That's a bar right there by itself. So far, I got started beefing, far from decent, bargain beaten, chart the sequence, right? And I can keep going with that. Heavy metal, deadly rebel, extra bevel, let me see. Extra bezel, next to devils, pen to pencil, residential, existential, elemental, press to let go, never yellow, hella mellow, blessed vessel. I gotta say blessed vessel. See, you might think it's just blessed vessel, but you gotta say blessed vessel, evidential, bettermental, extra special, detrimental. You see, these are the rhyming words that I come up with, and ain't nobody else gonna come up with these rhymes, right? I'm telling y'all, I got bars. Even just me rhyming like just the words together, right? This is going into the game, y'all. This is going into the game. Now, is it gonna be vocal performance? No. It could be, but I'm not gonna make it. I'm not gonna make it that. Because like it would be so much to download. Think about how much audio you would have to download for me to actually put all of that in. Like, it's a game. It's not easy to put that much. Like, every time you get an update from 2K, it's because they got audio to give you. They're putting together more soundtrack stuff. They're trying to make sure that you got enough things that coming through in terms of how to, where all of the what's it called? Where all the voice commentary comes from in the game. They got to download all them sounds, because listen, man, it would make no sense to put all those sounds on the game itself, because then it would be so big. They probably put all the audio that they have in there, all the background noise in the city. Man, listen, all of that is being downloaded. That's why it takes so long to load, because that's the biggest stuff. Like, there's animations, those are expensive too, but and like, you know, high poly models. So there's a lot of things that in a AAA game you got to take into consideration because of how much production value that you're putting into the game. When you have audio that's like, the amount of audio that these high budget games have is so data intense, it's so spatially expensive that they can't just put audio You know what I'm saying? And I got a rap game. So it's like, oh, well, where's the audio at? So the first game didn't have any audio, just mind you. It was a super small game. Rap Quest 1, which I don't even know if it's available right now in the App Store. It's definitely not the App Store. It's definitely available in the, what you call it? The Google Play Store. That's how I got started. It's the Google Play Store. So shout out to Google for giving me an opportunity to actually be a game developer, because I could have taken bully-footed my way through and done like something on Steam. I could have, again, used Unity to make the kind of games that people want me to make, or the quality of games that people want me to make, I should say. Not the kind, but yeah. I'm really just working on. I'm basically taking myself to school. This is kind of like a mastery class for me, right? It really is. So I'm kind of like paying myself with this time that I'm spending on this game development and doing it in front of people, so I can have some kind of condition that I'm in the rhythm to do, because this is what I'm giving to you. But yeah, so anyway, chart the sequence. What's next? I want to say dark or decent. Now, I mean dark in terms of evil. But if you take it as, oh, well, you saying that dark is... Is dark necessarily evil? No. Dark is not evil. Dark is the opposite of light. Light is the opposite of dark. It's a balance. It's a balance. Left, right, middle, maybe. I don't know. So, I told you I was going to have fun on this stream. All right, so I got 75 frame drops so far. I care about that for some reason. Trying to make sure the stream is solid, I go back and look at some of my clips and they be all messed up because of the drop frames and stuff. I be spitting bars and the frames be like, ah. So it's too bad. But, it is what it is. It's on me somehow. I'm going to continue with let me see. So I said, started beefing, far from decent, bargain beating, chart the sequence, dark or decent. Oh, far from decent. I already did decent. Dark. I'm gonna come back to dark. I'm gonna have to like do process of elimination, because I can't say decent. You know what I'm saying? If I already said far from decent. So we started beefing. You're far from decent. I'm bargain beating just to chart the sequence. Bargain seeking? That's probably better. Something like smart. Smart Bageekin. Tarts get eaten. Oh man, all of these Pop Tarts get eaten after they come out the toaster with weekend. My bad. No, that's not what I meant. It just was a freestyle. My bad. It was just a. So anyway, and I didn't say the, so I guess that, you know, also. All right. Anyway, so targets get eaten. I was gonna say something about the weekend anyway, not with the ND, but the END, the end of the week. Something the weekend. So listen to this. Cars for weekends. That's a listen. Just that statement by itself. It doesn't have to be the end of a whole little part of a verse or something. That could be like just a brag by itself. So anyway, cars for weekends. Eason. I can't use names and likenesses and stuff like Liam Neeson. I can't say that. I could probably say it, but I'm not going to. I feel like the people who violate those things tend to be like not from this country and they don't know no better. But and they can't be. You can't really, you know. Spark the beefing. Right? Spark the beefing. That's what y'all want us to do. Caught between them. Lost that season. Oh, lost the season. Lost the season. Fought to keep him. Fought to keep him. Spark seeking. See, and I could do that because R and R are kind of like, right? Started beefing, or not? Started beefing. Fought to keep them. Lost the season. Tossed between them. Right? Smart but geeking. Chart the sequence. Lost the season. It all works. Off the deep end. Did I not? How did I not hear that already? Somehow in my head. Started beefing, off the deep end. Okay, far from decent, bargain seeking, chart the sequence, smart but geeking, tarts get eaten, cars for weekends, spark the beefing, caught between them, lost the season, fought to keep them, off the deep end, off the meeson, caught the piecing, cost to eating, cost to eating, cost of eating. Yeah. Cost of eating. I know I said tarts get eaten, but that's a different word. They said they homonyms, but they different words, right? Boss can bring in, oops, right? And even though like that's not a bring is not a, do I have to use? That doesn't have an e in it at all. I feel like people gonna have something to say about that. You know, we shouldn't care what people think. Yeah, but like, I can do better. That's the thing, you know? So that's the thing. That's always been the thing, is I could do better. So I care what people think because I think people can see where I can do better than I can. I look, don't get me wrong. And I level set against what I see for myself. And if it resonates with me that somebody thinks I should change this or grow in this or do this or whatever, then I'd be like, all right, I feel that too. Yes, let's do it. Right. So anyway, I think I could do better. So boss can, maybe it doesn't have to be can. Boss, bosses leading. Boom. Easy, right? There's an E in that. Often leaving. Often leaving. Often and off the. I didn't say, see, it ain't even often. Off in. All right. Now what I was doing before was I was literally going through the alphabet in my head and trying to think about how can I start something. But when you get to 4 syllables, it's a little different because it's got to be a phrase. It more than likely has to be a phrase. I ain't got one 4-syllable word on here. Now, existential, residential, elemental, but I don't have a. I can't think of a 4-syllable word that has an E, a long E sound in it. That doesn't go. That goes with my choice of rhyme scheme. But I can sit here and think about it, and I probably come up with one. Honestly, I just got to think. 4-syllable E, long E song words. Let me see. Just vibe out with me for a minute while I think about it, because it's gonna be, the beats are gonna help me a little bit. If y'all have one, if anybody has one, I'm coming up with a word that rhymes. One singular word that rhymes, not a series of words, not a phrase, but what rhymes with started beefing, far from decent, and all that. That rhymes with every single one of those syllables in some way. At least have rhymes, but it's got to have the long E sound in it, right? I got something, but not. I don't. It's two words. Or maybe. How do you say this word? Y'all about to hear something. Where is the? Let's see. Let's see if Google has it. Let me also, while I'm doing this, let me also Why is this taking so long? Oh, I might drop some frames doing this, but that's okay. What did this guy think? Okay. That works actually. Watch this. Watch this. All right, watch this. Watch this. Let me see if it'll do it. Is it gonna be an ad first? No.
Sophoclean.
Oh my gosh, that's not. It's a robot. It's a robot. Let's see. This one might be better. Oh, actually, you know what's funny? I could do this. Let me watch this. Watch this, y'all. Watch this. Watch this. I can do it in my voice. According to, let me see. I just, let's see. Let's see. Let me pause it real quick so I can run this back. Let's see.
Sophoclean.
All right. So then let's do it this way. Oh yeah, and let me do this. Let me do this way too. Let me do this and then this. And let's try one more time.
Sophoclean.
There we go. Did y'all hear that? Does it play very loudly? I don't know. Maybe not. Let's see if I can get the volume up real quick so y'all can hear this better. Let's just remember where it's at. 33, 35 negative. Okay, so watch this. Watch this.
Sophoclean.
Yeah, that's supposed to be my voice, but not really.
Sophoclean.
Right?
Sophoclean.
Let's try it one more time. Let me see if I can add more like, what happens if I do that?
Sophoclean.
Ew, no. Let me see. Unstable? Oh, let's see. I just want to see what happens.
Sophoclean.
And then if I do 50%, I know y'all don't know what I'm doing right now, but basically just trust me.
Sophoclean.
Ooh, no. Sophoclean. That's crazy.
Sophoclean.
Sophoclean. All right. It's a word. It's got 4 syllables. It's got the and you know what's funny? I didn't even know that was a word, y'all. But I use the rules of English that I know to think of. So I don't know how I pulled it out of the air, y'all. Listen, it's just crazy. And this is why, listen, I always tell my geniuses. Expand your vocabulary early and often. It is so important for you to have a grasp of the English language because it teaches you so much about how the world sees things. Like if you know more about language, then you know more about the culture that the language comes from because you know about why they came up with the rules of language that they came up with in order to, get things popping. So let me get the music back on because I know this is like lecture time. I don't want that. All right. Yeah. Let me get off the lecture. High horse. But I'm gonna put it in. And this is how you spell it. Sophoclean. Sophoclean. What does it mean? Well, it means to be focused on delving into the tragedy of life. That's what it means. So I could make somebody more. I could focus on things like. So let me make sure I can go over here and just. I want to make sure I pull the definition up for y'all if I don't do nothing else. So, definition. All right. So we're gonna go to. Let's see, the free dictionary. I used to use the free dictionary. I feel like this is a pretty good one. So let's do. Is it this? Or this? I see. Let's just do this one. All right. So, who was Sophocles? Sophocles was a Greek dramaist whose Oedipus Rex was described by Aristotle as the perfect tragedy. Perfect tragedy, okay? And again, this is me pulling. I knew who Sophocles was as a name that got dropped in the great writers of Greece, but I didn't really look into who he was because tragedies, right? Like, think about the focus. The greatest writers of the people who are currently colonizing the world. The greatest writers of the people who are currently colonizing the world were dramaists who wrote perfect tragedies. Like, come on, man. As said by Aristotle, who was a philosopher. So, come on, man. That's the issue, I feel like, more than anything else. Is that these are the greatest, the perfect ones, right? One of the most winningest poets of Greece. So, anyway, to be Sophoclean is to be tragic. Tragic Bronson alert, right? That's how Shaq would say it. But me, I'm gonna say Sophoclean because it rhymes with started beefing and far from decent, and bargain seeking, and chart the sequence, and smart but geeking, and tarts get eaten, cars for weekends, spark the beefing, caught between them, lost a season, fought to keep them, off the deep end, cost the eating, bosses leading, and often I be leaving. I messed that up. I messed that whole last piece up, but that's okay. That's okay. It be happening like that sometimes. All right, cool. So let's go back over to me in black and white. Because that's official, right? I'm gonna save this project because it's been a minute. But I did that on the stream, right? Where was I at? I think I was just at, where was I at? Let me see. Over here. I was at started beefing and far from decent. And I came up with 14 more on the stream. Solid. And again, it's, oh man, more frame drops. That's okay. It's 4:44 p.m. in LA. DM, you don't say. Yeah. Trying to be careful about saying anything and everything, because everybody that is out there, you never know what people gotta say. You never know how people see things, and it's interesting to see how they be seeing things. But anyway, so these are the short A sounds, the short E sounds right here. These are the long E sounds. So then the next thing I gotta do, I'm not gonna do it on the stream today, but I gotta go through this one and kind of do the same thing. I gotta do 2 syllables, 3 syllables, 4 syllables in the short I sound. So what I sounds like is mist, dist, kissed, fist, and gist, risk, disc, and if. Rift, grift, gift, lift, and nix, mix, stick, and then of course you got trick. Right? And then the long I sound would be like climb, time, rhyme, chime, bind, dine, find, kind, line, shine, wine, grind, mine, vine, and sign. And then you got rewind, design, align, sublime, unwind, resign. And you see unwind and resigned, I almost feel like there's a little bit more flexibility with the I sound in the 2 syllable right here I said rewind, design, align, sublime, unwind, resign. Then I could say, I don't know, design. Did I not say design? I did. Design. Seek, find. I don't know. That's a little forced. Recline. I don't know. Be mine, because vibey rappers. So what is unwind then? The time. I already used time, so maybe I can't use time. Decline. Recline, decline. Right? Me, I'm, C signs. Oh, I did say signs. Signs and C signs. I do use Zine in a couple times. Rewind, unwind, resign, sublime. Should I throw unblind in there just to shout to like Chuck D? Unkind. Dumb mind. Dumb minds. Dumb minds. Dumb eyes. Summarize. That's 3. Demise. You can say demise or dummise. Love lives. Love life. One wife. What JD say? 1 is good, but no. 2 is good, but wait. No, he said 1 is not enough. Nope. What do you say? How it go? 1 is good, but 2 is not enough. Or something like that. How'd it go? JD. Oh yeah. I can't play this on the stream, but I want to see. No, that's not this one. Oh, he said 1 won't do and 2 is not enough for me, no. So, 1 wife? I mean, listen, I'm a Dilla fan. I'm gonna just leave it at that. All right. So, I said sublime already. Arise. Oh, no, I don't have it over here. Love life, arise, demise, dumb minds, unkind, me, decline, be mine, recline, resign, unwind, sublime, align, design, rewind. Did I say design again? No, I said decline. Son said be pine. To be kind, to each time, to each time. Each time I didn't say time yet. I thought I wrote time down somewhere. Oh yeah, I took it away because I have time there. In the second row, I stare. After climbing time, rhyme and chime, find and dine, find and wine. I think I might have said something else right here. Arise. Tough guys. There we go. Did it, died it, and doed it. So I did 2 on the stream. Great. Now moving on. What else do I got to do? So I'm gonna go ahead and take those. Where that? Resign. I gotta take recline and all of these. Copy this. Put it on the main sheet that I have that I was showing y'all a little while ago. And then I'll just I'm gonna stop there. I'm at 2 hours. It's about to be 5 o'clock. I said I'll probably get up about 5:30. So let me see if I can do something else before I get off. This was technically doing work, but you almost have to look at every single aspect of making a game as equally enjoyable. Oh no, baby, what is you doing? All right. So what else are we doing? Okay, let me go to global functions. This is back to where I was at before, showing y'all this whole thing, right? So I think I don't need this to pop up. And because I'm not even calling it, I need to just go ahead and delete that. Because, yeah. I put the OK button down there. I don't think I'm going to put the little close button at the top right. The little red one with the X. The red X. The white X on the red circle. All right. So that's that. And then I got repeat 9 times. Blah, blah, blah. I got this. I got that. I got this. I got that. I got this. I got that. So I think that's everything. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. There might be one thing that I have to do up here. So, all right. So, all right, here we go. All right. So I'm going to go into, this is the tricky part that I haven't done yet. So I'm going to go into, where is it at? My wrapper. I'm going to my wrapper. Pick the, oh no, it's not my wrapper actually, is it? It's weekly data now. Weekly wrapper data. Okay. So what I'll do, go 9, or go next rather, and then I'll say set at XY. So X is gonna be what? Y, I can tell you right now, Y is going to be time underscore hour underscore week number. Boom. I'll tell you that right now, because whatever week it is, that's what row I'm putting it on, okay? You're not going to have data for anything that comes before that. In your game, you know what I'm saying? And really, let me go, I mean, yeah, I guess I should do it now.